say that we cut Gold Cat out and 110 points. What's that? 34 points behind Division X 2 games.
Unless they have a mad game here.
Yeah. I'm happy to cut them out early and say that's it, they're done. As you said, if they have like a monster game here, then that puts them back in contention. Yeah. On the flip, Divine Esports, Archangel Predator, it's your last game here. If you don't have a massive game, you're probably done going into that last one.
I would say so. Quite a few teams going to be sitting in that sort of a situation. Of course, getting a look back to Erangel. It's been a while since we got to see it, obviously back on Thursday evening. And a couple of teams quite happy to see Erangel back here, I am sure. Confirm had a pretty good day towards the end of things on Thursday evening. If you remember, on Erangel, second place and first place in round 14 and round 15. So that's a pretty interesting one. That's a pretty big one. If they're able to do that. Yeah, definitely. I guess there is still a possibility they can make something happen. DIC and Golden Cat, they've run into each other. JJ Leo, he's going to get taken down early. That's by Tonke. And unfortunately, it's not all of DIC. That means JJ Leo is kind of left out high and dry. Golden Cat, this might be their opportunity to come back into the swing of things. Man could be under pressure now, though. Archangel have a chance of getting rid of one of their prime targets. Oh. Jiaoman gets obliterated. Killer finds that as Jiaoman's car goes bye-bye. And that is already a big loss for Q Confirm.
That's horrifically bad. The team in second place, only 9 points behind Division X. Everything to fight for. And then you lose your star player. Jiaoman has been the frontman to Q Confirmed this entire tournament. And now they're going to have to find their way through the field here without him for the remainder of this game. For the second last game of PCS APAC.
Advantage of some of that early damage. Shots are coming back on in from Cerberus, though, so they're not being made to get out of here for free. Doesn't look like anyone's going to get picked off at this point from either side. Soymate does get a knock as well onto Man from VTF, so maybe something going on for Atletico in this game as well.
You do like to see Made in Thailand taking those shots and being aggressive, considering their predicament as well. They're only 14 points behind Division X Gaming. They're going to try and get it with kills as well as placement points rather than the other. Atletico have been lighting up this kill feed. We haven't transitioned over to them as we still see Made in Thailand towards Ruins. And as we do transition over to them, it's actually Lynxy getting shot at by Norjo, Bro Ram United Esports. Of course, Atletico sitting in 12th position. It's been a disappointing tournament, but knowing those guys, they're going to want to impact these teams. They would love nothing more than to, say, spoil the party of a Made in Thailand or a Division X Gaming for that matter, as Extreme and Lynxy take out RDK and Man. Victim from the Future have really dropped off after, I would think it was 10 games in. They were still in the running, Jordan. And since then, a bit lackluster here.
So look, for those teams like Made in Thailand, Q Confirm, they have to make a big rotation. Archangel Predator do as well, but I think they've left early. Minoru at least able to get himself a kill onto Subang. So there's a point in there for Made in Thailand. And we've talked about how important individual points are right now. The good
all of that work keeps them in a position where they're only 20 points behind. 2 games. Of course, this is one of them. The next one will be the final game. Divine Esports. Oh, Turtle has just been run over by Ronan. He never saw it coming. Ronan gets out of the buggy. Can he get the MC? No, he can't. Ronan only gets one. NAMC stays alive, but he's got the rest of Fury joining his area. NAMC gets inside. Insight will get the immediate knockdown. There was a Molotov thrown in there as well. Divine Esports are in tatters. No. Jukesy mollies inside. Well, I mean, look, technically Jukesy mollied NAMC. Insight was a bit clumsy and stepped in the green goo.
Yes, he did.
Good position. DIC, Archangel Predator have made it over there as well. Golden Cat, I kind of counted them out. Who knows, with this sort of circle and their current position, maybe it's not impossible. You mentioned QC and Made in Thailand. You can see it on your screen. They are super, super south. The most southern teams, still on the wrong side of the river. We'll see how that plays out as we move forward. Cerberus Esports are going to make it across. And they're actually going to be able to make it across fully intact as well. Never mind, as soon as I finish... No, actually, that's Creatory Esports. We're looking at Cerberus Esports. Close enough, but... Division X... to find a kill. And every point that they get, Jordan, that's going to be super impactful.
Made in Thailand lurking around below Q Confirm. both aware of each other's position, that is for sure. Made in Thailand made a lot of noise getting into Watertown. Where do they go from here, though? You know, the thing is, like, for Q Confirm and Made in Thailand, they are just so late on this rotate that there's just no way across the river. They might actually just have to take that fight and try and salvage as many points as they can. Archangel Predator in a very nice spot to really camp both of these guys rotating across. So the smokes are going to go down here for Made in Thailand, so they are going to try and make a move. We'll see whether or not they can get that done comfortably or not. Divine also rotating, but they're out. They're sliding around, and that's not what you want to be doing in the middle of a field. This is where you start to get lit up. Oh, dearie me. Fury. They're going to have a farm fest right now as Ronan gets the initial knock onto Levi's, and off we go, boys. Jump in the bus. It's time to go and bang some guys out of the server.
Yeah, and I think for Fury Australia, they probably feel like they've been sort of done this way the entire tournament. Let's do it to them. They're going to go maybe for a run over, a bit of style. Waikikamuka just misses. Levi's.
Let's go!
Oh no, the second one misses too! Levi's gets Waikikamuka. Unfortunately, Ronan will capitalize, take out Levi's and Nikki. Divine Esports are done. And then with only one game remaining for them, I think they're done for the tournament, at least for a first place finish. They still will have the remainder of the top 5 to potentially follow up after that. Buriram United Esports hear the commotion. They pull up all the hills just south of Fury Australia. They can look down, and then considering the fact that Waikikamuka needs a revive, they might be able to pick apart 1 or 2 kills. Buriram, 130 points, 4th place. They need as many as they can get, but they also don't want to be losing a fight that they don't have to take. They are technically inside of the circle, as you can see on the minimap.
Yeah, not wrong. Made in Thailand, they tried to get that rotate going, and it certainly doesn't seem to have worked out too well for them. Waikikamuka, you can see, has been blown up. That's definitely struggling. Buriram, the one's putting most of that damage in. Nordra gets Juicy and Insight, and I think Fury might be looking about as good as their car at the moment.
Look at the kill feed, though. Minoru is going to be eliminated. Darkman goes down to the blue. We mentioned Made in Thailand and the last-ditch effort to make it to the north side of the river, Jordan, and it has not worked out for them whatsoever. As Quilusia lands a headshot, but he's the last one standing. Made in Thailand have got a massive ask going into the final game. They've got nothing from this game. 13th position. I don't even think they found a single kill. Jay is knocked down. Q Confirmed aren't going to be in a better position. This is so good for Division X Gaming. They can further increase the lead that they currently have. They might be able to rest easy going into the last game if they come away with a big win. Down below, not the position you want to be. QC 4 Horsemen are out. Made in Thailand are out. Divine are out, and the top 6 is down to just 3 remaining. Buriram, Archangel Predator, and Division X. Of course, a reminder, we do have 1 game to go after this, but it's still so close.
Starting to pull ahead, though, is Division X Gaming. 13 points now ahead of Q Confirm. Buriram, of course, are still in the discussion, and they're pushing right on top of Phoenix Gaming, who have already lost Greeny. Numbers advantage still even, because Buriram did lose a player early on in the piece. It's 3-on-3. Canaxi tries to hit some points, some shots even, onto Crush into the next game. God me out. We'll push on forward. There goes Kush.
5 kills now for Buriram. Hungvo ditch. Dr. Loge is still up for Phoenix Gaming. In Division X right now, it feels like they don't have to do anything this game. They can just sit idly by, wait towards the end, find a few kills, get a top 5 placement. Happy days. Just make sure that they don't get eliminated now. It's a 13-point gap between themselves, QC, and Buriram. Made in Thailand, it's a 17-point gap. But even a 17-point gap, Jordan, with 1 game to go, already at this point, to the point that Division X don't get a single point here, is still very difficult for Made in Thailand.
Yep. Absolutely. Not a fun situation to be going into the final game in, I am sure. Let's see what Phoenix Gaming can do, potentially to play spoiler for Buriram.
What are they doing?
Canaxi, he's surely dead. He's got no HP at all. Dr. Logi, just fire! He does eventually. And Golden Cat gets eliminated in the meanwhile. Buriram might also be suffering that same fate shortly, although Apotico does appear to have bailed them out with those shots coming on in. Phoenix Gaming do get Buriram. And now it's Fury and Atletico going head-to-head. Division X Gaming and Daytrade going head-to-head.
What has Buriram done?
They
had 3 up. There was a 3 versus 2 against Phoenix, and then they just,
have a fairly clean side of the circle. You know, there's not actually that much going on for them, but Got to say that as well for Archangel Predator. Here's some potential damage. Fergus, one more point on the board. It's Long K that gets the kill onto Métis, but it doesn't really matter as far as they're concerned. As long as it's someone on that Division X Gaming side that's getting the kills, that's all they need.
Grumps.
What is Grumps doing?
Grumps?
He's landed it. Stuck the landing.
God. I think Grumps has had enough of things so far, and the way that I guess it's gone for Ferox, he's just completely sent it to the middle of the circle. He gets knocked down by Anquan. Ferox, Atletico falling apart here in the second last game. Ath go out in 7th to Tony, picking up a double. Division X Gaming now move forward into the circle. Minute 20 until phase 7. 7 kills for Alive. Into the top 5. The lead is massive now, Jordan. I'm happy to crown them the winners at this point. I'll take it. If they don't win from here, I'll take it on the chin. I can't see them losing PCS Charity Showdown APAC.
Good shooting from Archangel Predator here to make a difference.
I will say this, though, going into the final game, there's still so much to play for. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th is also close. CJ 18 went knocked down onto MBK. Now, if Archangel Predator do wipe out Division X Gaming, potentially, from this position, maybe keep the door slightly ajar. And I mean that slightly. Division X have built up a very, very strong lead for themselves going into the final game. Now, this is where it could get tricky. They go for the save onto MPK, but then lose 2 more. And Division X maybe throw away a decent thing. CJ is going to get the bleed out onto MPK, so they cannot even save him at this point. They now just have 2 more targets to shoot at.
Yeah, smokes are coming up. The shots are coming in from Archangel Predator. They know who it is. They know that's the team that they need to be getting rid of, but they're just not quite landing the hits that they really do require. Archangel Predator seem like they haven't quite gotten enough done. Division X Gaming will set themselves up behind these cars, and you can see on your map now as well, Division X Gaming are in the circle. Archangel Predator are not. Fergus, in the meanwhile, also got a knock, but he got knocked himself and has been now eliminated. So numbers down for Division X Gaming. It's these 2 remaining. Archangel Predator still have 4, but there's placement points that are ticking away, still going over to Division X Gaming as we speak. Archangel Predator, they need to do this.
Killer and Mad Dog are just going to send it. Long K there with an immediate knockdown onto Killer. In fact, Carbs is there as well. He gets knocked out too. Not only are you dying, but you're feeding points to the lobby leaders. Division X Gaming, the nade towards the power. We get slid up. There's a third party from Cerberus, and they will be eliminated, Division X, in the end. But they did take down a few members of Archangel Predator. Mad Dog is bleeding. It's actually paramount that CJ gets that revive. Or at least
for him. I did just check before as well. He's got nothing left in that back pocket. So I don't think he gets across here. Surely not. DIC firing those shots back in his direction. Tony and Anquan. And Mad Dog will end up dying to Cerberus. So you were saying was correct. It's not a point over to Division X Gaming, but I don't see Archangel Predator getting too much more out of this. They are really not going to close that gap at all. And indeed, there it is. Confirmation. Smell gets CJ. And so now it's just DIC and Cerberus Esports remaining.
Man, what a game. Look, this
Rock could be the difference maker right now for his team. In a duel with 74L1. Get some damage across. Basil's gotten the knock. That's an opening here for Cerberus, but then he goes wandering. He's out in the open. There's no chance for him. Tony will just spray it down. And the Rez is coming across as well, Xenox. This is not looking good for Cerberus. They had an advantage, but they've thrown it away.
Tony holding them off from the high ground. The nade landing onto High Saki. 74R1 peaks right side. Smell's going to at least get the trade back because 74R1 pushed up. Tony's still at that high ground. Checks below. Not sure why. He should know exactly where Smell is in this 2 versus 1. Smell's going to get flashed, and you can actually see his armor and helmet both very red. He hasn't got much utility left either. Stuck behind the rock. But I mean, I guess he's in a better position here for phase 9. I think DIC might have to push before Smell has to push.
Yeah, I mean, at least confirm this kill. Get that point. 74L1 should go down here. He's hiding in the corner. Smell wants to get it, but can't really afford to take his attention off of Anquan and Tony. They're going to have to move forward eventually. Smell still holding at this rock. 74L1 now looking for a bit of info. Does the scout. Does get the vision, but of course does go down. Smell spots Tony. Has to hit these shots. Tony doesn't quite manage to. One-on-one now, Xenox, and it's up to Smell against his old team, Anquan, in the one-on-one. But I think Anquan actually now has the advantage of positioning. Smell might have to move away from the rock. He does, and it's going to be Anquan to finish.